What you have just witnessed was not a true story, but it did demonstrate a real threat to you and I as future engineers. That threat is groupthink, which is a form of peer pressure. Groupthink is the tendency for people to bring their views in line with group norms.
Groupthink exists when there is such conformity to a way of thinking that to suggest an alternative would be flat out wrong. As was demonstrated by Mr Moneybags and his team, Moneybags' opinion came from a position of personal power and authority, and the junior engineers may have felt that their ideas were insufficient due to a lack of their own experience. They may have felt that in order to avoid creating conflict within the group and with their boss, it would be better for them to suppress their ideas and opinions. A good leader will combat groupthink mentality by requesting team members to debate the pros and cons of a presented idea. Another alternative is to split large groups into smaller groups to make people feel more able to share their own opinions.
Although the consequences in this example were severe, more realistically, in a group environment, idea suppression leads to a lack of innovative design. Do you want to be part of an innovative team? Then speak up, whether or not the majority are backing you. They may not have considered your proposed alternative. By not speaking up, you have made yourself a follower, willing to stand on the sidelines, not a leader who is willing to take a chance. There are always different ways to do things, but the best way requires an in-depth conversation of all the available opinions.
But there is a positive side to groupthink.
What was that? You can't agree on anything? Chill out, man. Turns out groupthink is here to help. Let me explain. If there is mass disharmony within a group and you just can't get the ball rolling, groupthink can help us to start the idea generation process. By simply agreeing to start somewhere, can help a group find common grounds in future problems.
Your group may be strapped for time. Groupthink can enable teams to quickly generate ideas when they don't have enough time to consider all the options. Let's recap what we learned in this short video. Groupthink is a psychological tendency for people to suppress their ideas or beliefs when in a group situation. It can either be helpful or harmful to the group's dynamics.
Groupthink mentality can be harmful because people tend to keep their ideas to themselves. It creates the illusion that all agree with a certain view. Often, it leads to a lack of innovative design. People also learn to follow rather than to lead.
Groupthink mentality is also helpful. When a group can't begin to get along, they can at least agree to start at common ground. Also, when time is scarce and it's not possible to consider all the options, groupthink can enable a quick idea generation. So in the future, when you're considering groupthink, remember back to this presentation. And remember, don't fall victim to the negative effects of groupthink.